Hey everyone! Thank you so much for tuning into Channeling Joy. I am Pamela Joy, and you're watching the series on 21 Wishes. So today's wish is, may you always accept where you are in this journey. So for me personally, I have been actually going through a rather rough time, and I still want to keep up with doing these videos, but to tell you the truth, I just have not been feeling like myself, so it was kind of hard to do videos on bringing out a positive, uplifting message. So what I decided to do was journal, just to get some clarity and some peace of mind. And journaling is something that always personally helps me deal with and process emotions and feelings and all of that good stuff. So I will actually show you my journal. This was given to me from one of my friends for my birthday, and it's so cute. It says, "Let the adventure begin." And with this notebook, with it saying, "Let the adventure begin," I wanted it to be filled with nothing but exciting, adventurous, glorious, magical, wonderful things. So today, because I was dealing with some more raw emotions, it didn't really feel like an adventure. It felt more sad and more heavy. So, but I decided to keep going. And I decided to keep writing in it. And then it dawned on me, as if like a light bulb went off in my brain, that sometimes the quote unquote bad things that we experience in life are all part of the adventure. And it helps us, when we accept these things, right? It helps us to move forward and allow the kinds of adventures that we want to seek flow into our lives with more ease and more grace. So in the process of realizing like, hey, this sad thing that I'm going through, it is just as much a part of my journey as all of the good things. And once I had accepted that, even that fact for what it was, like, hey, I can't deny that things that are making me sad are still part of my experience, just accepting it, like, hey, this is what it is, really allowed me to breathe and sort of find this space of calm that I hadn't had before. And then of course it dawned on me, hey, here's a wish to accept where we are in life. Accept that things are not perfect all the time, that there will be changes, good changes and changes that maybe feel bad at the time, but I believe are ultimately for our greater good. You know, when we demand that things be different, or we're sitting here wishing and hoping that things were not the way they currently are, we are actually just ruminating and causing resistance, which is further agitating ourselves. You know, we think maybe by going over it and over it in our heads that we're doing something productive and that maybe we're going to make it better, but the truth is we're not. We're making it worse. And this has been me for the last couple of days. I've just been stuck in this spot of regret and wishing things happen differently and things of that nature, and it's not helpful. You can't change the past. And trust me, it's not easy. Acceptance is not easy to do, but it is a choice. And we all have the power to make that choice. And if you believe that, comment that down below. You know, acceptance is not easy, but it is a choice. And I have that choice. So if you agree, let me know down below. Acceptance is not easy, but it is a choice. Now I'm sure you're wondering, okay, this is great, Pam, but like what if I'm really going through a tough time? How can I just snap my fingers and say, hey, okay, I'm going to accept it? Accept that everything is horrible and terrible and the world is falling apart and I don't know what's going on anymore. But I have come up with an acronym, because I love my acronyms, to help us all accept. And it's called accept. And I wrote this up. I'll let you see it. But the A is to appreciate the good. So take stock of what's going well in your life. What do you have? What can you be grateful for? Who can you be grateful for? Next, C, control the controllable. My handwriting got a little messy. It's fine. But yes, control the controllable. Change what you can change, right? So don't get so caught up in, oh, this happened in the past and there's nothing I can do and it's all over. See the situation for, okay, what can I do differently moving forward? The next C is a little bit of a stretch, so bear with me. Cultivate forgiveness. So with cultivating forgiveness, this involves, of course, the forgiveness of others, which is a very important step, but also be sure to forgive yourself. And sometimes that can even be harder than forgiving others. But it's important to do. And again, every time you do these things, really feel it in your heart. You can't just say, oh, I forgive myself, that's it, I'm done, I did it. Like, it can take a lot of time. And these things may not happen overnight, Making mistakes is all part of the journey. We all make them. We all make mistakes. And it's the learning and the growing from them that turns us into stronger, more vibrant beings. E, in my little thing, is embrace the experience. So that also involves embrace the experience and taking the lesson from that experience. Like, again, embrace that idea of embracing, of allowing, of opening your arms wide to the situation at hand. And there are certain things in life that are just, there's kind of like a no comparison type of situation, right? So like if you have a loss of a loved one, this advice may not be as useful in that situation. But with other situations, maybe such as like a divorce or breakup, or maybe regretting a choice that you had made or didn't make, or anything like that, again, keeping like that sense of arms wide open to that experience and knowing that there's a lesson with everything that we go through, and taking that lesson, learning from it, and then again, moving forward. P, I wrote practice patience and positivity. So again, positivity with those affirmations. I am blessed, I am grateful. Whatever your affirmation is, having something that you can go to on a daily basis, maybe first thing in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, you could be saying them, or as you go to bed, like right before you're falling asleep. And just keeping a patient and positive mindset as you're going through hard times can really help a lot. And then lastly, T, trust and take it one day at a time. So everything happens for a reason. I do believe that. Does sound a little cliche, and it might be, but I feel like so many times in my life, I look back and I'm like, wow, if that didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened. Or, you know, it's just time and time again, I notice that. So trusting that whatever you're going through is for the greater good for one reason or the other. And to take it one day at a time, because if you start looking at big picture things when you're in this moment, it can be really overwhelming. So just honor where you are at right now with your feelings and nurture them right from where you are. So those are my tips on how to accept, and hopefully if you practice them, it'll make accepting where you're at in life and the things you have to go through that much easier. And remember that there is nothing neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. It's a good old Shakespearean quote for you. So we always have the ultimate say from our brains of what we think is considered good or bad. And the reality is we are judging different scenarios. So none of it is good or bad. That is my little advice for you today on accepting things as they are. And I hope you accept you as you are. Please remember to comment down below. And remember, acceptance is not easy, but it is a choice, and you have that choice. Please like this video, and thanks so much for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.